Who should be next for the new welterweight champion in Belal Muhammad? As we all know, Belal Muhammad beat Leon Edwards at UFC 304. So who should be next for Bully B? Remember the decision, whatever you want to call him, Belal Muhammad. Let's talk about it. Obviously, we're just going to keep this into the top 5 because realistically, he's not going to fight anybody outside of the top 5 because that makes no sense unless you're John Jones in the heavyweight division and you can fight Stipe down at number 6. Anyway, Belal Muhammad won't get that treatment anyway. So let's just talk about it. Belal Muhammad at 304. By the way, shout out to Leon Edwards. Will future welterweight champion, 2-time coming soon, Leon Edwards. Get your shirt linked in the TikTok bio. Head on over to Shopify. Get one of these for the Charles Oliveira graphic tee. Plug over. But yeah, let's talk about potential opponents. Or let's just figure out how to fix or how to book the top 5 in the welterweight division right now. Let's start off with Kamaru Usman, arguably the greatest welterweight of all time. I think it's GSP before people commented, but there's an argument to be had. If you don't think there's an argument to be had, stick to watching diving or something. I don't know. But anyway, Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad have been going back and forth a bit. Do not make this fight. I know Kamaru Usman is a legend in the welterweight division, multiple title defenses, pretty big name as well, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak, let's not forget, and 2 of those losses came to Leon Edwards, who Belal Muhammad's just beat. So let's not have Kamaru Usman fight for the belt. Instead, what I think should be next for Kamaru Usman, and a lot of people might not agree with this, might not like this, but just hear me out. Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington 3, the trilogy. Like, come on. Come on, tell me that's not fucking genius. Tell me that fight doesn't sell. Tell me people won't have an interest in that fight. Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman 3. Like, obviously it's not going to headline a pay-per-view. It's not going to headline a fight night either. But that is a great co-main event for, well, John Jones won't fight if Colby Covington's in the card, so maybe not that card. But you know what I mean anyway. That is a great co-main event to have. A big rivalry in the UFC. 2 great fights. Their first fight was amazing. Their second fight was also great. 2 really competitive fights as well. Colby arguably won the second fight. Make it happen. I know Colby should fight Ian Gary, but Colby won't fight Ian Gary. He'll only probably fight someone up the rankings. So let's just make this trilogy. I think that makes sense. Next up, we have got Shavkat Rakhmonov, the guy who's being targeted to be Belal Muhammad's first title defense. Let's just talk about Shavkat Rakhmonov quickly. Most overrated fighter of all time, to be honest. He's ranked number 3. He is 18-0. He is 6-0 in the UFC, I believe. Yeah, he's had 6 fights in the UFC, all coming by finish. Really, really impressive, don't get me wrong. How should that... Like, what has he done, though, to fight Belal Muhammad next? Like, who's he beat? A washed-up wonder boy? Jeff Neal? The finish over Jeff Neal was insane. Brutal finish. But let's not lie, like, the Jeff Neal fight wasn't close. So, who is he beating to get him in that position? Doesn't make sense. As someone said on my TikTok, he's an aura merchant. Facts. But let's just hold off on him a second. Let's talk about JDM as well. So JDM arguably deserves the fight for the title more than Shavkat Rakhmonov does. Coming off, he beat Gilbert Burns in his last fight by finish. More impressive than anybody that Shavkat Rakhmonov has finished. You know what I mean? So JDM, in my opinion, deserves it over Shavkat Rakhmonov. If we're talking about merit, you know what I mean? But anyway, the fight to make for both of these guys is to fight each other. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus JDM. JDM called him out. Make the fight happen. We need to see who is next in line for the belt. Shavkat Rakhmonov, JDM. Perfect way to find out who the next contender is. Make it happen. Fun fight. Could headline a fight night if you wanted to over in Australia. Could headline one in the States, to be honest. Great co-main event of a pay-per-view as well. Make it 5 rounds. Make that fight happen. That is the next logical fight for Shavkat Rakhmonov, not Belal Muhammad. Also, if Shavkat Rakhmonov was to face Belal Muhammad next, I hate to break it to everybody, Belal Muhammad fucking destroys him. Belal Muhammad would absolutely melt Shavkat Rakhmonov. Fact. Now let's talk about Leon Edwards. I'm going to try and not get emotional here, because what happened at UFC 304... was all constructed to make this man lose. This whole event, you had it in the UK, but you have it at 5 in the morning. So we're just prioritising Belal Muhammad here. We just want Belal Muhammad to be champion. Just strip Leon and give him the belt. Don't make that fight happen. Disgrace. But no, in all seriousness, Leon Edwards looked wank against Belal Muhammad at UFC 304. I think Leon should run it back with Belal Muhammad. Call me biased, okay, but hear me out. Leon Edwards was unbeaten for 9 years. The guy had 2 title defenses. He beat Usman back to back, then Colby Covington. 2 guys who ran the welterweight division for years. And I think the other guys on the list need at least one more win before fighting for the belt. Leon Edwards, Belal Muhammad 3 is would you really count it as a trilogy? First fight ended in a no contest, then Belal Muhammad beat him, so it technically would be a trilogy. But I think right now, while the division sorts itself out, give Leon the chance to fight him again. Belal Muhammad, say what you want about him, he is a big name. Belal Muhammad is a big name. Leon Edwards, say what you want about him, call him boring, say they've got boring fight styles. 2 big names. Leon Edwards is also a big name. I think Leon Edwards, what he's done in the division, 9 years unbeaten, 2 title defenses, beating Kamaru Usman twice, then Colby Covington, give the man the rematch. Leon Edwards, Belal Muhammad 2, Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 3, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus JDM, title eliminator. That's the welterweight division sorted. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you again in the next one.